Hello, my name is Emmy Yoakum, and welcome to my mini documentary on Bauhaus Typeface. To tell the story of Bauhaus Typeface, we have to go back to the Bauhaus School of Design in Weimar, Germany. The school was founded in 1919 by the architect Walter Gropius with the goal of improving people's living conditions through modern design. The Bauhaus School is arguably one of the most influential modernist art schools of the 20th century. Amongst the students of this influential school, one in particular rose above the rest and is today considered one of Bauhaus' most influential students, Herbert Bayer. Bayer was born in 1900 and attended the Bauhaus School as a student from 1921 to 1923 while the school was in Weimar, Germany, and returned as a professor from 1925 to 1928, with the school moving to Dessau in 1926. During his initial studies at Bauhaus, Bayer was influenced heavily by the works of Vasily Kandinsky, combining typography and mural painting to create the lowercase typeface that would become the experimental and signature universal font of Bauhaus. The Bauhaus school strongly advocated for sans serif type, as they believed its simplicity was more appealing to the eye than the German standard typography. At the time of its introduction, Universal Bauhaus font was arguably the best at depicting this preference. Some credit this Bauhaus font for the development of modern-day graphic and industrial design. Taking inspiration from Bayer's Bauhaus font, Joe Taylor developed the Bauhaus typeface known as Blippo in 1969. From Blippo, Bauhaus 93 was developed and first used by Microsoft Office in 1993. Both fonts are popular choices for brands that are looking to appear laid-back and friendly. A popular brand to use both fonts is Nintendo, using Bauhaus 93 for its Amiibo logo and Blippo for their Nintendo Entertainment System's Super Mario Bros. In 1985. Playmobil also used a modified Bauhaus font for their primary logo from 1980 to 1990. Other fonts created in inspiration of Bauhaus include Insignia, Nobel, 20th Century, Archetype Universal, as well as many more. All of these fonts were created under the guise of minimalism, simplicity, and ubiquity, laid out by the Bauhaus typeface. You may also notice that all of these fonts are sans serif, following the Bauhaus ideal. Some fonts common to pair with Bauhaus font include Futura and Helvetica, as these fonts contrast Bauhaus in a way that draws emphasis to its unique font style. It is common to pair these with Bauhaus taking place in a title, while Futura and Helvetica make up the text body. These fonts include a healthy contrast to one another, but are not opposing type classifications. This makes for a very legible text and an appealing design. Some common fonts that oppose Bauhaus and to avoid pairing with include Times New Roman, Germande, and Georgia, as these serif fonts can clash with the style of Bauhaus. It is not impossible to combine these fonts, however, it is not recommended as it can be difficult to read, overwhelming to the eye, and may be unappealing in your design. So why did I choose Bauhaus? Bauhaus struck me as such a wonderful font and typeface to focus on, as it really does have a universal impact. Aside from everything I went over previously, Bauhaus has an amazingly in-depth history that could only be touched on here. For instance, those who studied and taught at the Bauhaus School of Design, helping to develop the Bauhaus Universal font, were pushed to immigrate to the US during World War II, when the Nazi regime forced the closure of the school. Ludwig Mies van der Rohe actually helped to design and teach at the Illinois Institute of Technology. Today, many generations of Americans are now influenced by Bauhaus typography and philosophies. You can see Bauhaus used by many broadcasting companies today, as the font is frequently used for public signage. Here I have included a list of my references. Thank you for watching. I look forward to your feedback.